I want to let you guys know that we are recording the class today, courtesy of Coke and Smush Friends. They are taking the time to record this class for us so that we can post these classes up on our YouTube's channel. They are the official sponsor of today's class. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Komards Klass. This week, we have Grandma Yeti as the featured lecturer. She is going to show us how to move cryptocurrencies and cash out. Welcome very much to the show, Grandma Yeti, and we are thrilled to have you.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad to be here. I am always glad to let people know how to do this because it saves a lot of money. People shouldn't be just throwing away their money on transfer. So,
Right.
yeah.
So
So what?
I'm gonna go ahead and shut up, and I'm gonna let you do your thing. And yeah, let's kick it.
Yeah. So I am over here. I've just logged into what's called the Umbria Network. It's the Umbria Narni Bridge. It's called, not Narnia. We're not bridging to Narnia. We're going to Narni. So if you go over here and log into the Umbria Narni Bridge, you're going to connect your wallet. If you want to bridge Ethereum to Polygon, and you click to do it. If you're on the wrong network, like right now I am on the Polygon mainnet, it's gonna give me an option to switch to the correct network. It'll do it for me, and then I just go over and click it in my wallet, and it puts me exactly where I need to be. So it makes it almost like impossible to screw it up, and that's a good thing for me because of my advanced age. I'm joking. So I get over here, and it's now I'm sending from Ethereum mainnet to the Polygon chain. So it's super simple. The screen is super simple, and it says how much do I want to send. I'm gonna it helps if I connect to my wallet. And I go to the right token. I'm gonna click on my Ethereum, and it's gonna tell me how much I have. It's gonna give me my balance down below, just like it does in your MetaMask wallet. And then you just choose how much you want to send. I'm not going to send everything I have, my entire $8. I'm just going to send like 5 of it. So put that in. Okay, so there I have that. I put in my amount, and it says down below, it says you'll receive approximately, blah, 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 blah. And then down here, it says get bridge address or send through MetaMask. You just simply click on send through MetaMask, and it's going to pop up again. It's going to give you a network fee. Hang on, next screen is going to tell me how much. No, network fee is 0.003060012 ETH. So how much is that? 003 right now? That's like nothing, right? That's like practically nothing. I'm asking if anybody really knows. I'm not sure right now until I click onto the next screen. So I'm going to go ahead and send it, and it'll tell me over here. Okay, so to send this right now, I only picked to send just a couple of bucks. So gas estimated right now at this time is $6.88 for me to send Ethereum to Polygon. And this is useful for more than one reason. I mean, this isn't just so if you want to use Polygon to, for whatever, an investment to buy something on Polygon, if you want to switch it in your MetaMask at this point over to Matic, because if you're buying something on the Polygon chain, you're going to need a few cents in Matic for gas. Everybody says it's gas free. That is not entirely true. There are a few pennies involved, and you have to have that if you're gonna buy anything. Okay, I got sidetracked. So my point is it's only $6.88. It's not $200 for me to send this money over here right now. And if I need to just send $10 over, I don't have to spend $200 to do that. Because sometimes, I mean, let's face it, sometimes it's something we need to do. Little bits here and there, if to help out a friend or for any reason at all. And like I said earlier, even if you have all the money in the world, why would you want to spend it uselessly like that? I mean, for me personally, I would just rather put that in my pocket and not worry about it at the end of the day. So, and it's a simple for going it back the other way, it's exactly the same. You're going to go back to that bridge, and you would click on send from Polygon, and it's going to tell me again that I'm now on the wrong network again, so it'll switch me back over, and it's just the same thing in reverse. Um, it's really as simple as that. It's it's not a lot to talk about. It's just that easy. So, I mean, Komard, if you want to like talk to me here for a second, and just, I mean, if there's any, I mean, I really don't know what else I can say as far as how completely easy this is. Someone had a question about, um, it was it, someone in here had put their Matic on the Ethereum mainnet. Was that correct? Was that person still in here who did that? Who said that? Are you guys able to talk to me right now? I'm not sure.
Yeah, they can talk to you. And I don't know. I was having technical difficulties when we got this show started today for some reason, but so I missed a little bit of the conversation beforehand. Um,
I don't see. I am not seeing that on here. I don't see that as an option in on the bridge.
right. So, and as far as that goes, guys, if you're looking to, convert things that are already on the Polygon chain, you know, or even on on the Ethereum chain, MetaMask allows you to make those changes and swap. Okay. Um, and so that's another useful tool that you can use to change from one currency to the other. However, you need to understand that it doesn't allow you to bridge from one blockchain to another either. Okay.
Right.
And so keep that in mind when you're swapping coins in and out and whatever. And for me, as far as getting money switched over from one blockchain to the other, a tactic that I've been taught was that I could literally swap my currency into USDT, push it over to my crypto.com account, and literally convert it there to whatever blockchain currency that I want, and then send it back to my wallet. Yes, there is a gas fees with those, but sometimes they're pretty cheap depending on what it is you're trying to send back and forth. Um, and grandma was absolutely right when she said that there are gas fees with Polygon and with Matic, but they're so minute. Like as an example, last week some of you guys saw we had put out a free mint, or essentially a free mint. It wouldn't let me list it completely for free, but I listed a mint for zero point 0.00 or zero point 0.01 Matic. Okay, um, which equated to like 13 cents. In my mind, that's a free mint. If not to you, then that's okay. But and then obviously you was going to have to pay the gas for it. But I happen to know that some of you guys bought numerous copies of those, and I think you guys were paying an average of what, 15 cents across the board. So I mean, there's that to keep in mind too. There are always gas fees, but they're just so minute that sometimes it's less than a penny, at least with Matic. Um, and the same kind of holds true for Polygon in general. You know, there's always, you need to keep in mind that there's more than one way to skin a cat. Okay. Grandma's method does work. I have used it. Okay. Um, and I've used the other method that I mentioned previously. So if you guys come across other methods that work for you, then by all means, please feel free to share that with the rest of the class or the rest of the audience and in the space. Um, the other side of that is that if you're sending money for the first time, okay, whether it's to your wallet, another wallet, in an attempt to convert and or cash out, the thing you need to understand as a safety precaution, don't ever send the full amount. Okay. Not right out of the gate. Send yourself like $1, $2, whatever, and then make sure that it goes through. Once it goes through and you've already completed that action, now you can see, okay, I've got all the details right. It's working the way it's supposed to. Boom. Now I can send the rest of whatever it is that I need to send. I think oftentimes people, just assume that automatically it's going to work. And unfortunately, that's not how it works. I've lost literally hundreds, if not 1,000 or more dollars by trying to send myself money from this wallet to that wallet and not first verifying, oh, well, that didn't work. Okay. Um, so make sure you guys are protecting your assets like that.
That's the best advice you can give right there. I mean, honestly, I don't throw it all over there at once because it's scary. And honestly, it's scary to send money for the first time. It's scary to send money for the 10th time. It's always scary that there's that moment of holding your breath, that moment of radio silence.
Yeah. Yeah. Because
Where you're-
sometimes, well, and depending on the busyness of whether it's the Ethereum chain or the Polygon chain, as an example, depending on how busy they are, sometimes that stuff can take a few minutes to come through, and you're like, oh my God, please tell me I didn't lose my money. Oh my God. So yeah, you're really just best off sending a couple of bucks at the same time, and then you send that couple of bucks, and if you lose it, yeah, it sucks. Don't get me wrong, especially if you lose a couple of bucks every couple of days, it adds up. But at the same time, you're also going to have the opportunity to make a less expensive mistake of sending, say, $500 to yourself and losing all $500 at once versus losing a dollar or two the first time to make sure that it does what it's supposed to do. So
Agreed.
there is that.
Yeah.
Um,
And with that, I with that fear, even with that fear, I feel pretty confident when I'm using this particular program, this Umbria. Um, I feel pretty confident that I don't really have that much of that feeling when I'm waiting for my money to go across. Once it's done, I know it's coming through. And but yeah, I agree. You should always do a little test first. I mean, at any time before you're sending any large amount, always.
With Umbria, can you send to different types of wallets like MetaMask and like Coinbase and um, crypto.com and stuff? Or
Let me look. It's a really good question. Um, it allows you. It says that you can be sent from Ethereum mainnet, received on Polygon chain, Binance Smart Chain, Ethereum mainnet, Avalanche C chain, Phantom. See, I've never used any of these. I would like to try to send some to my Phantom wallet and see how that works. And again, I would only send a tiny bit to
yeah,
test it. I would be willing to throw myself on that grenade for you
because I am
guys.
one of the victims of not testing before I send, and I just recently in the last month have lost quite a bit of old coins that I've converted and um, which I sent out, and then yeah, they're just gone.
Yeah, that's hard. I'm sorry.
and it's always so heartbreaking too. I mean, because you guys, as we all know, every one of us in this space work really hard for the dollars that we get, and none of us are really getting lots and lots of dollars even sent to us in the first place. But you know, and so we work really hard for our dollars, and when we accidentally burn them or throw them away or whatever, it is heartbreaking. So that's why I tell you guys, don't ever send full amounts all at once. Send a few bucks and then make sure it works and go from there. And I do see that, looking at the Umbria Network, they do have the ability for both Ethereum to Polygon, Polygon to Ethereum, Binance to Ethereum, Ethereum to Binance. I'm not seeing anything specifically for Polygon to Binance, though. So, I mean, if you're looking to try and do something like that, I don't think that would work. But
I wouldn't. I'm actually trying my Solana wallet, my Phantom. That's what I'm doing right now. I am seeing if I can't transfer, if I can bridge from Ethereum to Solana and vice versa.
okay,
Because I can do that. I'm going to be stoked. Now, it said that I was going to receive it in the same address I'm sending it from. And I don't want that. So, what I'm doing is I am copying the address um, from the Ethereum mainnet where it's coming from. Oh boy. See, I don't want to mess this up. Okay. I'm getting the bridge
right,
address, connecting it. You click if you're just doing the Polygon to Ethereum, you just go straight to, swap it through your MetaMask. But I'm trying something a little different here. This is giving me a wallet address, and I'm going to try to transfer this, like I said, to my Phantom wallet. And we'll see how this goes right now. So, fingers crossed.
Well, and it does say that they are, if you look at their roadmap for the Umbria roadmap, they they are talking about adding Cardano, adding Immutable, adding Asset Exchange, and a lot of other stuff as the year goes on, you guys. So, I mean, even if they're not offering those things specifically right now, um, the fact is that they are planning to increase as time goes on. They're talking about adding, by the fourth quarter of this year, Polygon to Binance, to Avalanche, to Phantom, to Solana, to Cardano, to Mutable, Gnosis, World Asset Exchange, KuCoin, and Huobi. So, I mean, they're saying that they're going to have all of those implemented for Polygon users by the end of the year. That's freaking amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It really,
because that makes because I'm already starting to mess around a little bit on Binance and Binance Smart Chain rather, and it's mainly because I got involved with the Ruzi project. But the point is that I'm messing around over there on Binance a little bit, and I've actually been contemplating, starting to list on the Binance Smart Chain as opposed to other chains, or with in addition to the chains that we're listing NFTs and things like that on. You know,
right.
um,
If,
so
now, if Binance is willing to clean up their act, because I mean, I have a Binance wallet. I have that was with crypto. I was in on several Binance projects, but I
right.
haven't tried anything with the NFTs just because to go over there and open that wallet, it's painful.
Oh yeah, it's a huge pain in the ass. It really is.
I don't mean it like
Um,
that. I don't mean that it's a pain in the ass. I mean it is painful, emotional, emotionally. I got scammed out of from a couple of projects over there,
oh,
and
see, for me, it was a pain in the ass to even get it set up, but
oh no, see,
because I kept getting the warning of, well, you're in the United States, you're not allowed to use Binance.
right, that's their wallet. You can't use their wallet in the U.S. You
Yeah,
can
exactly.
chain though. So I do it all through, and this is awful. I use Poo Coin, the Poo
Okay.
Coin, and I do all of my trading on there. And it brings up my entire wallet. I just connect my wallet, it brings everything up and it shows me what I have, but it also shows me all of these. There's a lot of scam tokens in there. A lot of it's like when NFTs get dropped into your wallet that you don't know about, or into your hidden wallet on OpenSea. It's like that, but it's coins.
Right.
And I got scammed out of my what is it? The Floki Inu token over there.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then they called me stupid and said they didn't want grandma around anyways.
Now I will always take grandma. Um, but
So it had a bad taste in my mouth with the Binance thing.
it
But if
can.
they clean it up, I would not mind that because the gas fees are low. Again, that's what
Yep.
drove was the Ethereum gas fees, and you can get in over here. But again, God, and I don't know if I should even say this. That to me feels like it attracts more people it enables more people to scam because it's free for them to do so. You
It
know what I mean?
does. It
So
does.
we just have to do our homework. You have to be really diligent. I mean, really, really do
Well,
because
and why do you think that you always, and grandma, I know you hear me say it all the time, do your own research always.
that's
Look,
right.
guys, here's the thing. At the end of the day, if you do not do your homework and your research to make informed decisions and you lose out, that is your own fault. You cannot be mad at anybody
Nope,
but yourself.
that's right. And man, I've made myself mad a couple of times.
Oh man, I have cussed the gods, I have cussed myself. I mean, so I get it, and
Give
yeah,
us.
right.
And
Do your homework.
but like, okay, so like the example is the hidden crap that pops up on OpenSea.
Yep.
And people want They just want to like click on it and look at it. Well, don't touch it. What I do is I will, because some of them are actually legit, very few. Some of them are. And if you go and you look through OpenSea, you look through Twitter, you look for this project, if you're not finding it, don't touch it. Just don't. And it goes with that same can be said for crypto and the Binance wallet. Just don't. Just be really, really careful, because there are people out there who want to take your money away from you. Happily, they will happily drain your wallet and then taunt you publicly. So,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They won't even question it. So,
mm-mm.
the thing,
Yep.
guys, at the end of the day, grandma's process for moving currency with using the Umbria Network and bridge, it does work, you guys. They are adding a lot of functionality throughout this year. They do even have their roadmap posted for next year, which is super cool. I mean, they've got the very first start of it. um, you know but the point is they are obviously thinking ahead and planning for us. Okay, so definitely look into that tool, familiarize yourself with it, and do not be afraid to utilize it. Just my again, as grandma has seconded, make sure that you're not sending full balances one way or the other, or large amounts one way or the other, until after you've done a smaller transaction. That if you lose it, it's not going to kill you, but it will allow you to verify that yes, in fact, it did work the way you anticipated, and things like that. So once you're able to verify that, you're pretty much good to go on that note. um, and now I'm going to go on ahead and touch on how I go about cashing out, using MetaMask and crypto.com. And basically, what I do, guys, is I will take my wrapped Ethereum and I will convert it into, as an example, USDT. Okay. I will then send that USDT over to my crypto.com wallet. While it's in my crypto.com wallet, I have the ability to sell it, quote unquote, sell it, and pick up another coin from whatever blockchain that I want to pick it up from. All right. And then when I pick up that new coin, I'll take that coin and then I can send it back to my MetaMask if that's what I'm choosing to do. The other thing I can do is I can go on ahead and say, you know what? I'm just going to go on ahead and cash out. And you can literally turn that into fiat, at which point you'll be able to put it into whatever bank card, whatever bank account you have attached to that card or to that account. Okay. And that is the way that I cash out, generally speaking. But I'll be honest, I've only actually cashed out like twice, in the almost 5 months that we've been in the space. Because I'll be honest, I spend a lot of money on NFTs that I really shouldn't be spending, but I do because I love what you guys are doing, and it's important for me to show you guys as much support as that you guys show me, and it's all part of building relationships. If you see somebody asking questions on Twitter and a Discord, wherever, and you have the information that could benefit them, you guys should definitely try to pass that information along. I mean, because at the end of the day, when we work together like that, we're all 100 times stronger than we are by ourselves.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And gosh, I was going to say something and now it slipped right out of my head. I hate it when that happens. Wow. Senior,
I make you
senior,
nervous, don't
senior moment. You don't make me nervous. I just want to give you a big hug.
I? Oh, by the way, well, no, I can't talk about that yet. Um,
Okay.
with that being said, guys, um, that is today's class. If you guys have any questions, by all means, feel free to keep coming on up. I know Ryan posed some really good questions. Thank you very much for that, Ryan. But if anybody else has questions, please ask. Now's your chance.
I remember what I was going to say. I have, in our communities, I think that we build these relationships, we build friendships, and what you were saying about um spending. I've only cashed out twice too, and it was crypto. It wasn't even really for NFTs, because I invest like everything back into the community. I have so many NFTs, it's crazy. Um, but I've also had people who are trusted, who I consider trusted friends in this space, who I've done transactions with. And this is another thing about Polygon. It allows me to just transfer a piece over. And I've had people Venmo my money to me for my payment. That saves transfer fees, that saves all the gas. I know we're all about crypto and that, but in some cases, that's been what works best for me. It doesn't show up in my trading volume on my OpenSea, but if I need gas for my generator, I don't care about that. So I'm just saying that's just something that I've worked with a little bit, and I don't know how Comard feels about that, but it's just it's an option for me, and I don't know if people even think about that. I don't know if people even think about that. So I was just throwing it out there.
No, that is a viable option, and I've had people come to me in the past saying, "Hey, I got the Ethereum for your piece, but I really don't want to go through the hassle of trying to bridge it, paying the gas fees, blah 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 blah. Would you be willing to help me out and hook me up with this NFT if I just send you the Ethereum?" And I said, "Well, I tell you what." I said, I'm not going to go on ahead and send you one of the pieces from that collection. I said, but what I can do is I can send you an NFT and I can send you a link, for like as an example, our ERC 721 smart contract NFT is what the person was actually after. And so what I ended up doing is I basically just mailed him the link for the document, and he didn't get the NFT itself, but he got access to the document because he paid for it in Ethereum. And as far as that goes, he actually overpaid for it a little bit, which I don't know if he was just doing that intentionally to tip or what. The thing is, guys, is when you guys have the ability with Polygon to do those kinds of things, you need to understand that you know, if it makes you uncomfortable or you don't want to, you know, document that volume, whatever, then don't do it. If you're okay with it and it works for you, then do it. But the other side of that coin is, you know, depending on who it is that you're working with, you can run into a sticky situation there because what can happen is somebody can say, "Oh well, send me the NFT and then I'll send you the Ethereum or the whatever." Um, or it can go vice versa where the somebody sends you the Ethereum first and then you forget or whatever and you forget to send out the NFT. So I mean, things like that can happen, and ultimately people who are trying to scam can ultimately realistically scam you in ways like that. So I would just use caution with doing those unblockchained activities is all I would really say.
100%.
Never
And
front your art,
that well,
right?
it reminds me too to just always listen to your gut. We all have that little voice. We all have that little feeling of that little nag of just when something's just not right. I mean, don't we? I mean, I think we do. Listen to your instincts. Listen to your own little voice too. Always. I'm sorry, Cloudy. I
I
didn't mean
think
to.
never. No, you're good. I love you, Grandma. You're
I love
awesome. I'm happy I was able to make it here.
you.
What up, Komar? See some familiar faces here, but I think you guys as artists never send your art to somebody, before you get payment. If you're doing something like that. That said, I would love to see more artists do transactions like that. Like I'll send you the ETH, even though you're on Polygon, or I'll send you Matic, even though you're on ETH, whatever it may be, Tezos. It doesn't matter. I think that's kind of the beauty of blockchain technology in itself is being able to accept that. And you guys as artists, guess what? It's your choice. You know what I'm saying? Like if you equate
Right.
it
Well,
out and you want to get it in a different currency, like why not? But just always make sure you get the payment first. In business, you gotta get paid first. You gotta know that it's not a scam, that it's not somebody that's gonna take it. And you don't want to deal with that stress. Period. You know.
exactly. And I've had people even cash at me for commissions before I ever even started the commission. And I mean, it's and like Cloudy said, guys, at the end of the day, if you're in the NFT space, it is a business and it needs to be ran accordingly. And so most of the time, no, I don't do anything without being paid up front, commission or otherwise. And it's for that reason. Because number one, we are a business. Number two, there's too many scams going on out there where people say, "Oh, well, I'll send you 1 ETH for this NFT, but I need you to send me that NFT first." Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't think I'd send the NFT without getting paid first. Yeah, that's something that because I was buying NFTs on the VV platform, and there's no way to cash out there, so you have to go through an escrow on Facebook and cash out like that. So yeah, you have to sell to somebody if you want to cash out. You have to sell to somebody just like that outside of the platform, and so they have escrow guys for that. $15.
Yeah, see, I don't know that I could get behind something like that per se, but
I
I
didn't
mean,
I didn't. That's okay. There's a perfect example of do your research. Because had I looked into it, I would have known that there was no way to cash out the OMI on there. There's no way. And it was just a matter of me asking around saying, how do I cash out? And there's like, oh, there's no way to do that. There's no system for that. You have to sell them at 60 cents on the dollar, sometimes 50. Hey, shut the dog up.
Some of those random avenues are freaking clutch, though. I remember sending money to somebody like I think they were in Thailand or something like that for like mobile game credits. You know, it was the sketchiest, although the most legit transactions I've ever made in my life. Like so worth it in the end, you know. That's good info.
exactly. So, does anybody else have any other questions before I have Coke end the recording?
What did I miss? Brief summary, maybe.
If you go into the classroom channel, it kind of goes over it. Grandma basically covered how to utilize the Umbria Bridge network to convert currencies. I also explained how to do it with MetaMask and even going from one blockchain to another with using crypto.com and cashing out as well. And that's pretty much what we discussed for the portion of the class. And like I said, the recording will be available on both YouTube and the other networks on the pin post that I did put in the classroom today. Um, as a podcast, we've got 3 channels that the podcast for this will be available in, as well as, again, it will be available on YouTube. I do ask that you guys allow about 24 hours or so for those to be published onto those networks, just because it gives us time to go through, do the edits, things like that.
Perfect.
That's awesome.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and take a minute in the next couple of days, and I'm gonna put up a new video too on how to do this. I'll do a screen share on my computer and I'll do a new video because I think the one I have on YouTube now is outdated. I think that it's easier now. They've kind of updated things, so I'll put out a new video, and when I do, I'll share it with Komard. I'll share it over here with you guys, and you guys, I'll just go check it out. So I'll make it super easy.
Yeah, I mean, and when you do that, Grandma, I'll just go on ahead and put it in a library for everybody with lessons. Because if you look in the library, you'll see that I do a new lesson every week and sometimes more than one a week. Um, but I'll put it in the library with the lesson, and obviously I'm going to give you the proper credits and things like that. But yeah, I'll upload it to there, and then that way people can go back and review it.
Perfect. That works for me. Yeah, the more people who know how to do this, the more people are available to I most of my art is on Polygon. So I am down for people bridging their money and doing this because it keeps people from buying my art. And that makes me sad. People are like, "Oh, I love it. Wait, it's on Polygon." Okay, bye. And I can't.
I bought a piece.
Yep.
Sure did.
I recommend everyone buy my art. I don't promises. I don't make any promises of wealth or, riches down the road. We will do airdrops, but no, it's just pretty and I'm having fun with it. I love it.
It is. It's beautiful. I love your art.
My wife, the artist for Komards NFTS that created today's thumbnail, and he incorporated your PFP from Twitter into it, and she saw that and she was like, "That is absolutely beautiful." Um, and I agree. I think he did a phenomenal job with those thumbnails for the YouTube and the podcasts. Um, and like I said, your name will forever be etched into the Komards Klass. I do try to bring in one guest speaker per month, to do one class a month, mainly so that you guys can share information that I'm not 100% behind, or that I'm as comfortable teaching, um, that I feel is important and that I feel people need to know. So, if any of you guys have something that you think you would like to teach, please let me know. You can send us an email at cs@komardsnfts.io. Um, and I will absolutely look at those and take those into consideration. And if it seems like it's something that's viable and is on the page for Komards NFTs, then we will absolutely get together and work through that. Either way, you know me, I'm responsive and I always respond. I do want to take a moment here to say thank you very much. And we appreciate everybody that showed up today for the class. For those of you that are listening on the YouTube channel or one of the many podcast stations that this podcast has been broadcast on, I would say again, thank you all for listening and tuning in. We do appreciate your support. We love you, and we look forward to seeing you next week. And with that, that will be Coke's cue to cut the